Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to see the largest fish in our lake. We're going to try not to fall out of the kayak, and of course we're going to pick up some trash. So I've headed straight across the lake from where I live, and let's start looking and see what we find. Having a look underwater, right away we see a lot of fish, some sunnies and some largemouth bass. There isn't much seaweed or lily pads here on this shoreline. It's quite shallow and the visibility was really good, so I was watching the fish and all of a sudden I got really excited because a muskie swam by. Muskies are the biggest fish in our lake. They're typically 2 to 4 feet long. They can weigh up to 30 pounds. It's a really cool fish, and here I'm trying to maneuver my kayak and my camera so that I can get him on video. So let's go under and take a look. Here it comes, and there it goes. Let's take another look in slow-mo. The muskie didn't swim away, so once again you'll see my camera kind of go to the sky while I get my kayak in position. But we're going to get another look at this giant. They're so neat. My son caught one once. I'll be sure to add a picture here so you can see how big they are and what they really look like. So here's another look. It's really too bad that the water wasn't clear to get a better view, but here's the picture of my son with his catch. He did release it. I know it was quite thrilling to reel it in and get it in the boat. This area has never had a lot of trash, but I have cleaned it up many times. But as always, there's always trash to find, and we'll start off with this aluminum can. If there's a tree to go under, of course I'm going to go under it. This tree seemed to attract a lot of bigger fish, so I sit and watch them go by for a little while. It's really pretty with the sun streaming in. Now here's the fish from above. The water is so clear here. You really couldn't ask for a better day. It's later in May, partly cloudy, lots of sun though, and no wind. Such a pretty sky. Here I see that there's a lure caught high up in this tree branch. I really need to get it because I've seen the damage that fishing line can do to wildlife. I once found a bird that had gotten tangled up and strangled itself in fishing line just like this, so I really want to get it down, but it requires me to balance standing up in my kayak. So while I struggle to do that, I really hope that I don't fall out. But I managed to reach it, and then I just twist the branch off that's got the lure tangled up in it and bring it down to the boat. Here I bring out my tool to get the line off of the branch. And then you'll see me pull in all of that fishing line that was still in the water. Here's a little log poking out, and once again, we see these cool walking stick bugs. We saw them in the last episode as well. I need to look up and find out what they're eating. I've paddled along the shoreline to the south, and now I've come back to where I began because I'm going to head further north. But I find a can that I missed the first time around. Let's pick it up. I really have to stretch here. I didn't quite line up my kayak correctly. But that's okay. The water's warm now. I find another can. Now that we've gone around the bend, there are once again a lot of lily pads. Let's take a peek underwater. Here I pick up a piece of reflector tape, maybe? I'm not sure what it is. Here in the reeds, I find a bobber. They're a little slippery. I decide it's time to head back across the lake. So with one last look around the reeds, I head out. The first item I find on the other side of the lake is this outdoor football. It's in great condition. Here are the first flowers I've seen of the yellow pond lily. Let's grab this piece of plastic. And another soda can while I try not to run into the tree branch. A potato chip bag. This plastic bag that's tangled up on the plant roots. And this empty bottle of sunscreen. That was it for today's paddle, so I head back to my dock. So when I arrived back at my dock, there was this family of geese sitting right at the end of it. As my husband comes down, they all get in the water. I don't know, I counted like 14 goslings the other day. There's another family of geese on the other side of my dock with goslings that are a little bit older. They like to come up into our yards and nibble on the grass. Now that they're back in the water, I can unload my trash. And remember why I do this? For lake's sake, please like and subscribe to my channel. And now for your bonus footage. That family of goslings didn't leave once I had been on the dock. They decided to come up the stairs, the little steps on the other side of our yard.